Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cortisor. Is it 59? Are we on?
It is 59.
59. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought we were 59. Yeah, episode 59, Cortiswords. Last week was kind of a doozy. We ended on, at least on a high note. I think Zeke's been freaking out all day. At least my Twitter feed is something to behold.
Dude, I woke up early and I couldn't get back to sleep. Like, I wake up late for broadcasts a lot. And today I was up at I usually wake up around 11:30 noon for my broadcast at 1. I was up at like 9:30 a.m. just like, oh.
That's good. That's good. I woke up at normal time, but then my mixer died. It's just been a day of failure around these parts, so I will not be touching anything electronic for the rest of the day. And we'll just see how that goes, and hopefully nothing else dies. Also, the audio levels might be a little bit weird because we're on an entirely new mixer that I went and bought after about 30 minutes of finagling with the old one, and hopefully everything sounds fine. But let's go around and see what everyone's been up to. Max, I hear you're addicted to Subnautica.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say addicted yet, because if I was addicted, I wouldn't be doing the show right now. I'd be playing Subnautica. But
listen,
yeah.
I only did heroin the one time. I'm hardly addicted to it, okay?
It's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, I went into it like excited about the game, and I knew I was probably gonna enjoy it because I'd seen like a very small percentage of addiction playing it, and I was amongst the people who were like, why the fuck is everyone playing Subnautica all of a sudden? It was just like everybody's playing it, and then of course the release today and all that stuff. But I had waited until, I guess, unintentionally before its release. Good time to get into it, I guess. Just having the fact that it's going to be fully released, 1.0, at least version of it.
Yeah.
And that game is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be decent, but I really fucking like that game.
Yeah, I think
good.
Me and Dan would probably echo that. It's not flawless though. There's some issues with it. Yeah, without a doubt.
You guys probably can speak more to that because you guys have done more
in
depth.
I haven't launched
gameplay.
Dan, did you launch the rocket? I didn't launch the rocket yet.
I haven't yet. Waiting for the patch to release. I think it just released like an hour ago, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it came out this morning. I wasn't sure if it had when they were putting that out.
Yeah, I was gonna do it this morning, but it wasn't out yet, so I had to wait.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm basically just waiting to launch the rocket. But yeah, it's a game worth trying if you don't think you're gonna like it to begin with, I guess is the best way to say it. Because I didn't think I was gonna like it at all, and last week I think Co was playing a little bit of it, and there's just nothing else out right now, so I decided to jump in, and then 30 hours later, pretty good game. Turns out it's pretty good. It's a pretty fun time.
Go talk in depth about it specifically.
Yeah, it sucks you in when you play it. Like, you got to keep playing it because you're just like immersed in that little world they created.
Yeah.
For that 30 hours or so.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone down to like the really scary depth. I'm still like,
there's
I just made a little donut like secondary base. It's just
honestly,
like a foundation with a circle.
Yeah, honestly, for me, like the bottom depths weren't as scary as like the first 5 or 6 hours of the game. You definitely get to a point where you're just like, oh yeah, how's it going, Joe? And you just kind of swim by that guy. You just kind of like, you get to the bottom, you're like, oh, okay, that's the ocean floor. I'm not like, the fear goes away in that sense, but the sense of discovery, I think, is much more relevant, I guess, as you get down to the bottom and in your face, because you kind of just see, lava and other cool things that are down there.
Hey. I didn't know there was lava down there.
Spoilers.
There's lava at the bottom of the ocean. That's what
Could have been jelly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bill Cosby's down there.
Planet where the
He's
core
just
is
selling
made of
Jello
ice
at the bottom of the
somehow.
sea. Jesus.
If you trust the talking heads, there's water at the bottom of the ocean.
Are you trying to tell me that all planets that exist probably have a molten core? Because if you're saying that, you're crazy. Some of them have to be like lollipops or something.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Zeke, I still want to play a game that answers the question, where is my beautiful wife? That's what I want. I want a game that tells me what that's about.
And my beautiful car.
Right, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Zeke's played. Oh, no, that was my summer car, not my beautiful car. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that was not a beautiful car. It was a beautiful journey, but not a beautiful car for sure.
Dan, did you play that? You started laughing when I said that. Did you play my summer car at all? Or do you know what that is?
I played only a tiny bit of it. I didn't really get very far into it.
Okay. Yeah, Zeke sat there.
I've seen other people play it.
Zeke one sat that, I believe, for like a 13-hour stream.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You get to a point, man. Like, there's a thing, like, you know that there's a book called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, right? It's like you get to that point where you're just like, this car is the only thing that exists in the world. Like, there's no outside world, there's no chat, there's no nothing but this car that needs to be built.
Yeah.
And you build it
Makes sense.
like a real car.
I still can't
Is
believe
it
he
that
did that.
involved too? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like you're basically building a virtual car.
It's a real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing the nuts and bolts of the nuts and bolts. Like you're fucking.
You get to drive it at the end or no?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Is it really shitty driving mechanics? I hope it is.
Oh, it is. It's
Everything about the
terrible.
game is shitty. Everything about
And
the game is
also,
awful.
like, as soon as I had it built after 13 hours, I drove it into a lake on purpose. It's like those monks that do the rice or the
it's a
dirt or the
mandala.
sand. Like that. That's what I was doing. I was like, now it's time to destroy this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Is your craftsmanship like? Is it reflected in how well the car? Like, can the car just fall apart if you fucked it up? Like, you got it put together well enough where it can go, but the door can fall off or the engine can, die or.
In fact, I think I missed a bolt on the hood or a door or something because I knew something like flew off as I was driving it into the lake. But the engine stayed together, which is the most important part.
It got to the lake. Oh.
I do remember the door constantly falling off. I think you like misplaced a screw or something like that when you built it. Because that door just never would stay on. It was good times. It was good times.
That is still to this day one of the most commented on like streams I've ever done for whatever reason. Like people still come into my stream and like, hey dude, I just watched your My Summer Car thing. I just gotta say, like, that was fucking amazing. Like, why? It was a man. It was a man, Your Honor. A man at the end of his pitiful rope.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So Gassy, it's safe to say you're playing the Subnauticas all the way through. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
At least for the foreseeable future until I get tired of it, which I don't think I will. And people, it's such an easy game to stream, in my opinion. And I've heard that echoed by other people too. Like, because the chat's into it. There's people that, one, are maybe have never seen it before and they're discovering stuff with you or have played up to a certain point, and they're discovering stuff with you. A lot of backseating at the beginning just because they're like, you got to do this, this, and that. But
everyone's got their own method, right?
Yeah. Everybody has their own method and stuff. But once it reaches that nice balance where the chat settled down and stuff from the new player, learning stuff, and you have that kind of healthy understanding of the basics and stuff. I'm still very early into the game. I haven't, like I said, I've looked into the gaping maw that is the like really scary dark caves and stuff. And I'm like, I kind of swam in a little bit because I didn't have, the sea moth or whatever. I swam in a little bit and was like, we're not meant to be here. And I just swam away.
For me, the best part about that game is when the streamer doesn't read the chat, because the chat will actually start posting like Monka S and like whatever the nervous or scared emote is. The second you get to like in a Reaper zone or something like that, everyone's like, oh God, is it going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. I just wish that didn't happen. For example, Anne, that did not happen to her. And she just stumbled into the world of the Reaper by herself. And it was just it was fantastic because she fucking lost her shit, because it's terrifying the first time you see it, especially if it attacks you.
Don't talk about the Reaper anymore.
Yeah, I know. I won't. But
I mean, it's just a name. Obviously, there's going to be bigger, scarier stuff. Yeah, but like I said, the chat wasn't too bad, and I specifically for that game, I kind of zone out for a little while, and then I'll look at chat. I haven't been looking at it too much, and my mods are usually pretty good about keeping people keeping people in line for spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that brings out the backseating in people. They can't help but tell you where something is, what's about to happen, what you're gonna see. Like, it gets really bad in that game.
Yeah.
There's certain games where people who don't realize that it was possible for them to backseat, like they'll judge other people for backseating, and then they're like, no, I'm just saying if you do this and oh my God.
Yeah. I'm not backseating. I'm just telling him how to do this thing right here.
No, I've played before. It's okay, guys.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to keep playing it. Also, I still find it so satisfying to climb in through the hatch. It's so smooth and just love that.
It's pretty good. It's a lot of the animations are pretty good. Yeah. I wish the game ran a little bit better. It's also got a memory leak. Like I think I played like 6 or 7 hours one day, and by the end of those 6 or 7 hours, it was like 30 FPS no matter what the fuck I was doing, and like I made sure to not have spotlights because they're huge FPS hogs, and I made sure to like turn off certain elements of the HUD and shit like that. So it just wasn't. It didn't matter. It was like 30 FPS nonstop. It was bad.
I did notice that a little bit. That it, yeah, certain areas and stuff, and most of the time it was fine. But yeah, there was slight. It was so slight for me that it wasn't anything too annoying. But yeah, there's a little bit of performance issues sometimes in that game.
Yeah. Honestly, the best thing I could say about that game is if you can get someone like DJ Wheat to play that game and say that he says that he enjoys it with he has like probably one of the craziest fears of being underwater in games that I've ever met or seen in any person. And he's like, oh no, that game's great. It says a lot for the game. Like, I think that speaks well. He should be the side of the box quote for sure. Because he said he doesn't go very deep. You know, he just kind of sticks around in the shallows and builds up his pride every once in a while. It goes maybe another 10 or 15 meters, but yeah, he's been enjoying it as well. So it seems to be the past week the kind of the hotness to play. Max, are you interested in Monster Hunter at all? Is that something that you're okay?
Yeah, we talked about it very briefly. Me and Adam. My buddy Eric Fauches, when you guys know him, he's super into Monster Hunter, and he's been trying to get me to do it. Actually, we were going to play it this past weekend. Was the last weekend for their beta, but they shut it down on Sunday early for some reason. It didn't go through the entire weekend. So like I downloaded it, and I was excited to play it, and then he like, hey, by the way, I guess it ended early. I was like, well, I don't want to play anything.
Yeah, it's probably for the better, because honestly, that the beta wasn't like. It wasn't the game. Like it's like beta, a slice. It's like a weird combat slice of the game.
Yeah, the beta is like a Metroidvania symptom where you start with all of this stuff and then playing that and then going right into the real game. You'd be like, oh, where'd all my cool shit go? And now I actually have to do work.
That's why I didn't play any more of the demos. Yeah,
I did the one. Yeah, I did the one weekend. I was like, good. I can wait until the real game comes out.
Apparently, you get extra stuff. If you played the other two, like if you completed all the challenges in the demo, you get extra shit in game. That kind of bummed me out. So
you're gonna be all up on that too, JP?
Yeah, I'll be playing it. It's like the only game for the rest of the month that I'm really interested in, and then the whole month of February starts. Which man, that's gonna be a fun month of moving and just nonsense and scheduling that I've decided. Yeah. I've decided to cram everything that I could possibly do in 1 month, as much as possible. Just 4 weeks of just stupidity. Of traveling, going back and forth, of doing a live show. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Of doing a fucking 14-hour drive to St. Louis. I'm in a 26-foot U-Haul, and it's going to be fun times, man. If I survive February.
Oh, you got like the rental U-Haul thing where you drive it yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Although I might not, I might actually have my dad drive the car up there, unload everything, because I have to stay here and close on the house. Because I have to like hand over the keys and all that shit and get it cleaned after there's a whole mess. It's gonna be a stupid fucking affair.
Sounds like
I rented a U-Haul for a move once, and when you rent the U-Haul, you tell them the size of U-Haul that you want, but they can give you a bigger U-Haul if they don't have the smaller one available. You don't have to pay any extra. But so I don't have a lot of stuff, and I was just moving myself, so I was like, I need the smallest one. And they're like, yeah, all right, cool, but day of we only have the biggest one, so have fun. That was a harrowing 4-hour drive into Ferry Ride. I only hit one garbage can, and it was terrifying. And at the end of it, I was like, I'm never driving anything larger than like a Volkswagen Beetle ever again. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, the reason that it all got fucking crazy is because for like 3 months, I've sat there and waited to order this desk. And then I go to order the desk, and it says, this desk will take 3 months to get to your house. And I'm just like, God damn.
Sucks.
So I have to basically take my desk, which means that I have to take all my computer stuff down and ship that at the same time. Because I was going to overnight my computer stuff via like FedEx or whatever, and then just set that up there when I got there. But now it all has to go at once, and I have to stay here at the house and whatever. So that's why I can't like pods it. We have to drive it up there and be set up 24 hours later, which is just a fucking crazy.
What kind of desk is it? Like a uplift desk or some shit?
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's an uplift desk. It's a 7 foot by 7 foot. What I wanted to get mesquite wood, but they only make that in like 6 foot by 6 foot or something because mesquite trees are small. I don't know why that makes
mesquite is one of those words that I know it's the name of the wood they use to smoke things.
Yeah,
but I cannot help but think it's a flavor. I'm like, why do you care about the flavor of your desk? It's like, oh right, no, because it's made of the wood. Yep, got it.
I think I got I think
my desk is Chipotle.
I think I got natural
it's a
naughty
survival thing,
alder
man.
is what I got.
It's a survival thing. If you pass out on your desk and you have no strength, you can lick it and get a little bit of nutrients and build back up.
My desk is mostly made out of hickory sticks, so it's
They had hickory. Hickory was one of them, I think. I think you get hickory desk. You get a walnut. You get maple. You can get. I got natural naughty alder. There's a lot of good choices there.
Wait, I just did a Canada, didn't I? Do you guys know what hickory stick they are? Like the snack food hickory sticks? Is that a thing you have in the country?
It's a meat snack?
No. Okay, I totally did just Canada. No, they're like little, like crispy, like smoky, like they're like potatoes, tiny potato slices. This is a thing. I'll see if I can find a picture for you. They're delicious, but apparently they're only Canadians. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've never tried that.
That's so funny. I do it by accident all the time now. Where I'm like, I'll say something, and my stream is like, "Did you just make that up?" Like I called somebody a keener the other day, which I did not realize was a Canadianism.
Yeah.
For some reason, that sounds like just like a slur to me.
Yeah, no, that sounds real bad.
It's not something.
No,
I mean,
right now, hickory sticks original.
Yeah.
By Hostess.
Yeah.
Hostess makes that. I wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't eat a hickory stick by Hostess. Is it a sweet thing?
No, they're like little savory, like tiny little like French fry things. You get them in a bag.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm
from
they're
a
probably
weird
pretty
country.
tasty.
We got weird shit up here. They look
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, I dropped the bitrate a little bit, so you should stop lagging. I don't know if you're experiencing that on your end, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just video. Audio's fine.
Cool. As long as you can hear us. Zeke, I stayed up for some fucking reason to watch you beat a game the other day till 4 a.m.
How was it? Did you like it?
You should have ended that cast and split it half.
I'm glad I didn't know though, because I had it in emote only mode, like right when we got to like, I think I can say final boss fight without saying anything.
That's fine. There's
right when I got to the final boss fight, I was like emote only mode. Boom! I don't want to know any advice about beating this guy. I don't want to know nothing. And little did I know, and because I don't play a lot of Japanese style games. Little did I know that final fight, you got lots more to do. You got lots of stuff.
Yep.
So I would have if I'd have known, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, because it made for some fun times at the end where I was like just the biggest fucking asshole. Like towards the end of like a 13-hour broadcast, I'm like, hey, do you want to, say something to this person? Like, nope, not gonna do it. Like, but
that's how I get,
you
dude.
sure? I mean, they have story stuff to say to you, and I was like, fuck them, I'm out.
That shit makes chat salty too, where they're like, you're missing the story, and you're like, I've been doing this for 12 hours. I don't give a fuck. The story it's over.
Oh, dude, you should have seen the choice, because I purposely did the wrong choice, and everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my God, you're missing so much. Oh God. Cry. It was I was eating those tears.
I'll say this about Persona 5. The ending is much more expedient than Persona 4. Persona 4 is like every single character you ever encountered is going to give you a 10-minute hand job, and you're going to be here for like 6 hours. And then, guess what? Second secret boss fight. And now the real ending, which is also 3 hours long. And then an anime that's 20 minutes long. It's just like, it's overwhelming. And it's impossible to schedule because even just the ending of the game is like a 6-hour stream. So,
and it was. And someone in chat, like after I took it off emote only mode, like towards the very end, he was like, dude, I was trying to tell you. And I'm like, I understand. But I'm glad I didn't know. I'm really glad I didn't know. I will be better prepared in the future if I play another game similar to this for a giant fucking epilogue.
Yeah, it's pretty common in like Persona games, but like Xenoblade or whatever I played recently didn't do that really. There's like like 20 minutes afterwards, but yeah.
It's like you have two ends of the end of a video game spectrum with JRPGs on one end and then like fucking Shadow of Mordor on the other, where it's like you get close to the end of the game and you can just hear someone be like, we have to ship it. And they're like, fuck. And then it was over the end. There you go. We're done.
Yeah. And then Saruman died. The credits.
The boss time event. It's over. Run the credits. Fucking throw some music in there. We're good. Go. Get it out the door.
Man,
Go.
And speaking of like pacing of games, I played Uncharted: The Lost Legacy over the weekend. That game is probably the the best paced game I've ever played ever. It's 5 minutes of just like perfection. Granted, there's not much game there. It's more of an action game. And like, hey, you shoot these guys, let's watch cutscene. But man, that is just like the Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's like the most recent Uncharted. 5.5 hours, perfectly paced. You know exactly what's gonna happen. I had a great time with that game.
Naughty Dog is becoming like one of my just favorite developers. They're so good at what they do.
I agree. Man, it made me so hyped for Last of Us 2 because it's like, if they did this with characters I really didn't care about, and there's not that much fear of death in the Last of Us world, it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be real. I feel
like they're like Rockstar in the sense that when they develop a game, at least the single player like story component of the game, they treat it like they're developing a movie. So it feels like you have the same sort of cinematic hits throughout. They treat everything with this kind of care in the way they craft it. So you get that experience as the game. It's just that it's longer and there's gameplay.
Yeah.
They do a fucking phenomenal job of pacing, which is hugely important because you don't notice it until it's like bad or frustrating.
Yeah. I hope God of War, which just got the release date or whatever today, I hope that game, the developers for that saw what Naughty Dog was doing. They're like, hey, we need to do that with our game. Let's actually make like meaningful characters and not just a fucking asshole character. For 10 hours.
The Games Workshop style of character development where it's just like a muscly dude screaming for 6 hours.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Dan?
This is like the 9th or 10th God of War, so they have to throw out the whole formula and start over. That's why they're doing this whole thing. So hopefully the reboot is really good. Because the other ones are getting kind of stale. So I hope this one is like really brings it back.
Yeah. I saw there's a discussion obviously about the trailer today, and everyone was like, well, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to end up killing Kratos? And it's like, he's died like 30 times in the story. You can't kill Kratos. It doesn't matter. He doesn't die.
You don't go asking like, is Jason Voorhees really dead this time?
Yeah. Same exact shit. So I don't know. We'll see.
As long as they have the awkward sex minigame in it, I'm good. Just the awkward press X to thrust.
I mean,
oh yeah, they're doing it.
The sticks to rub the nipples.
Press triangle to touch a boob.
Adam, his wife dies at the beginning of the game, so I mean, maybe some necrophilia might get your wish. You never know.
That's the only way they can ramp it up.
They gotta keep ramping it up. Games are art, man. You gotta. Yeah, well,
that's right.
I hope they don't do that.
What are we teaching our kids today? The latest title from Sony Entertainment.
Speaking of that, maybe because he's got a kid, maybe he teaches him how to sex.
All right, kid, here's how it goes. You walk up to the harpy, you just grab both boobs with one hand. You just start ripping them around in circles as hard as you can.
Jesus Christ.
Watch out for the talons.
That's right. Look out. All right, triangle, son. Don't let her get you with the tail.
Oh, man. I should not have opened up that can of worms. I thought I took it to the limit, but then you guys...
Released on 4/20 also.
It's also the day as the... Yeah. Also the same day as the Nintendo Labo, which is probably the most appropriate 420 release of all time.
What the fuck is the Labo?
It's cardboard.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's fucking like...
Silence.
It's honestly the most brilliant thing I've ever fucking seen. But
it's a place, right? It's like a cardboard version of like turning the hardware into a bunch of different shit. It's just another in Nintendo's long line of like, we don't give a fuck, we're doing our own thing, and if you don't like it, I don't know, fuck off, go play Xbox.
Yes. Because
they're just like, I don't know, it's a cardboard system. It's to sort of compete with VR, but like actual reality. Like that whole thing with the kid making the robot suit out of a bunch of cardboard boxes in the Switch, I was just like, this is crazy. This is like science fiction. It's so weird.
It's real crazy.
Yeah,
I have to watch the video.
Crazy.
I was just
the trailer, dude.
Like cardboard like cases for their Switch.
Whoever directed the trailer for that or the launch video or whatever the fuck you want to call it for Nintendo was brilliant. Like the fact that
charging. Have they talked about it?
Yeah, it's $70. $79 because it comes with a game. I think you can just buy the game for like 20 and then print out the cardboard thing or something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't delve too deep into it, but yeah, man, cardboard.
I think it is really funny the way people are reacting to it, where they're like, well, it's just $80 a cardboard. And you're like, do you go to a museum and are like, I could have fucking painted that? Like, okay, probably.
The Mona Lisa's all right, but I could fucking do that. Just give me a pen.
Leonardo my ass. I could fucking sculpt.
A weird smile, whatever.
Give me some
Until Nintendo
Play-Doh, right?
understands how online works, and they give me a remaster of Mario Party 2 and 3 and put that shit online, we got beef.
I hope they don't spend resources on remastering Mario Party 1
Not
through
even have to
anything.
remaster. Just take the old one, put it online.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Max, but that's gonna go on your tombstone. Like, where's my Mario Party remaster?
It would make so much money for them.
Yikes. Yikes. It says a lot about Max that he's
What
just
the
into
fuck are you
Mario
guys?
Party.
What was your childhood? Did you not play that shit?
I did.
Jesus.
And then after I rubbed the center of my hand raw from trying to circle that fucking N64
You just had bad
stick.
technique and form.
I see.
That's not my
you
problem.
subscribe to the Kratos school of having sex.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I was done.
You've been practicing.
I was done.
Roll faster.
It was a weird conversation with my parents. What'd you do to your hand? I was playing Nintendo.
I
Okay.
learned it watching Kratos, Dad.
Yeah, I swear to God, Adam, if you did like a tight 15 set of just Kratos having sex, I would watch it and I would be there every fucking night, front row, just like, oh my God, he's gonna do the thing again.
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's where we'll segue into playing D&D. Dan, what have you? Anything, Dan? I saw you were playing that the Slay the Spire.
I'm
or-
gonna go grab another Red Bull.
Okay. What
Yeah, Slay the Spire. It's pretty
is that
fun.
any good? Is someone who doesn't like Hearthstone, and I know you do, is there parallels there?
It's not really. It's less of a card game. It's more like kind of like Binding of Isaac, where you go
Okay.
through and every time you get different items and different pieces that change how you play the game, and it's a roguelike. So and it's hard. So you start with like a basic deck, and every time you defeat an enemy, you can add a card, or you remove a card. There's different events to remove cards, add cards, get relics that give you bonuses. It's all about deck building as you go, and it's like turn-based combat where you have energy, sort of like a card game. You have X amount of energy to spend each turn, and then your enemy goes. It's a lot of fun. I like it. Even if someone doesn't like it. Anyone doesn't like card games will like this. It's not really like a card game.
Okay.
I mean, it's there, but it's different enough.
All right. Maybe I'll. Is it in early access or is it out?
Yeah, it's in early access, but you can get like there's 2 characters that are fully playable right now, and they're both very different. Like you get a good few hours of the game without like repeating anything.
Okay. I might
right off
play
the
that
bat.
tomorrow then, because there's not much out till Monster Hunter. I was trying to play that Dragon Ball Fighters game, but I'm just gonna be awful at it. It's gonna be the same thing, same experience I have with all fighting games. Load it up, look at the supers, and just be done. We're just done.
Right.
Just move on, because I don't want to fight people. I'm terrible at them. Zeke, did you like Slay the Spire?
I really did. I enjoyed it. Apparently, like, well, I played and I got to the end, like my first run, and that's not me patting myself on the back. Apparently, like people were like, "Dude, that's actually kind of cool," and I went, "Real? Oh, awesome!" And I want to go back and play it again because apparently there's like way more shit. It just keeps going. It's like a roguelike, obviously. So I want to keep going, and I'll talk about it more tomorrow, I'm sure. But there's been a lot of cool fucking indie games that I've been that I have touched on in the last couple
You've
of
been
days.
touching?
touching them.
Yeah. you
That I've
touching
been touching on, like this, like
Hey,
this.
little indie game.
Yeah.
God of War Sex Simulator.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those ones where I was like, "Fuck, this is a lot of fucking fun," and it doesn't take it's turn based, which that's my thing because I like to sit and think about every single little action.
Yeah.
Yeah, let you chat with chat. Like, think about what you're gonna do before you do it. It's not about how fast you are.
Well, we've waited a week, so why not delay this a little bit longer? Because we're already a minute over. The last thing I want to talk about? Are any of you guys actually hyped for Sea of Thieves, or did that just like deflate all interest when they showed the most recent stuff at E3? Because for me, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that game's coming out.
I think I'm gonna try it and then see what's up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I have friends that want to play
expectations
it.
are kind of low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm expecting anything super crazy from it, but I'll try it.
pirates. If I was about to make a terrible pun, I don't like pirate stuff as much as some people. So
That's all it's gonna. That's literally all you're gonna see tomorrow is people just making pirate jokes for the. It's pirate jokes. The game. Sea of pirate jokes. It's all you're gonna see in there. So
Yeah.
I hope there's more to that, but I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow when it goes out there.
I think the
gonna be in
reason
full
why I'm not
pirate
as hyped
garb
first.
tomorrow. No, go ahead.
What's that?
I was just saying I'm gonna be in full pirate garb. Go ahead.
No, I think the reason why I'm not as hyped for like Sea of Thieves is probably the same reason I don't get really excited about a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, because I'm like, these aren't pirates, man. Pirates are terrible, awful, terrible people, like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Like name a bad thing, and they do it on a regular basis, and I want more pirates like that. You know?
That makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
A gritty game like that would be pretty cool. Like you're actually just a straight up pirate, and it's like some fucked up shit that goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, pirates are basically just like sea-bound, like murderers, right? Like they just like kill people horribly and steal their stuff, and it's not like, haha, what a fun time we're having. Me hearties, raise the mizzen mast. It's like, nope, we're just gonna cut off some limbs today. That's the thing. That's what we're doing today.
They're having. You tell me they don't have little like splash fights while they're on their pirate brag, like, oh, you got me.
Yeah, not
That's what
not so
happens.
much. Less Treasure Island, I think.
Yeah.
More black sails. Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Sails is pretty good, by the way. You should watch that show. It's not bad.
it is quite good.
It's not bad. All right. Anyways, that's where we'll end the pre-show. If you missed last week, we did a lot of stupid stuff. Kind of. This week,
Man, come on. I've already had to defend myself on Twitter about this shit. It
Have
wasn't
you?
stupid. It's adventure.
oh, did you get called out
Everything
by chat?
Everything went great.
Well,
It's fine.
by somebody on Twitter, like saying like, oh my God, he's fucking opened the, like, I'm like, dude, come on. If you felt how I felt, that was destiny, motherfucker.
I feel like feedback as a D&D player can pretty much be summed up as, how dare you do literally anything?
True. Yeah.
Just the only correct action is nothing, because someone will have a problem with everything.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's have Zeke describe what he did, and then we'll have me and Max describe what we did, and then we'll start. So, Zeke, what did you do last week?
Real short. I was the only one who passed, like, just bare bones about it. I was the only one to pass I think they were wisdom saves in order to reach this prison in the middle of nothingness and I walked on a path made of tarot cards to this door. I found another person of my kind that's been a goal of mine since like the jump, is to find another dragonkin. And I found one in this place where no one else could make it to. We talked. It seemed like he was being imprisoned, and he'd been in prison for so long he forgot who he was. Forgot his name. He knew where he came from and all that kind of stuff. And it felt like I was supposed to be there. I left it at that. We went and talked to Utrix for a little bit. That went, eh. And then after that was done, I had a long think about it. And I decided that I was supposed to, that I was searching for my reason to be in this place. Like everybody else has like specific reasons to be here, whether it's knowledge or the removing of a curse or what have you. I didn't have like a solid reason, and that sunk in. That's the reason why I'm here. Now I know. And so that's why I went down, and that's why I opened the door and freed whatever it was inside. Maybe it wasn't a dragonkin after all.
Right. And if you go read there's some pretty good guesses, at least the ones that weren't spoiler tagged that I read. I didn't read any of the spoiler tag stuff on the Q&A thread over at community.itmeJP.com, but I know Adam was in there, and I know he was spoiler tagging stuff as well, so
that whole thread was fantastic. It was so good.
It was, it must have been close. Anyways, Max, what'd you do? Because I didn't do anything last week. That was all your fault.
That was
Right,
both of your fault.
You shut up, Ramus.
Berg came up with the bright idea. No, Berg was conned into destroying a fountain.
The short of it
And
wasn't a. I made a goal last week that I wanted Berg to take his hammer and put it into the fountain to see if it would fix whatever was wrong with it, because there was something wrong with it. It's totally valid goal.
Yeah.
It's a smart thing to do, you know? I thought it would work.
Yeah.
So then I talked to
went along
Berg
with Sally, and Sally kind of puppeted him a little bit.
and Ramus
and,
was there too. He didn't stop us, so he's just as
True.
much his fault, you know?
Listen, Sally knows better. Ramus is just like, whatever, man, fuck it.
I mean, I didn't know better or worse at all. I didn't know what was going to happen. We put the hammer inside, and the fountain cracked, and then out of the hammer came this like black sludge everywhere. And that was literally where we left off, was us trying to decide what to do in the courtyard.
Yeah, and
Something
the
else
butler
happened.
was stabbed in front of us.
Oh, that's right. And the butler was
Shadowy
stabbed. I
figure.
forgot about that part. Yeah.
It was
Shadowy
like,
figure
Oh God, what the fuck's
flickered in
going
and-
on?
Yeah.
then shadowy figure comes over and just like,
Yeah. Zaridas, the
Zeridas, yeah.
Kieran was stabbed.
No.
Keeping in mind that Kieran is a level-ish, 15 to 20-ish creature.
It's a very powerful creature.
Yeah, super strong. So
Yep. Zerodust is a big deal.
yeah, Adam, where would you like to start?
I just
Well,
imagine at the end of that scene with the hammer and everything's breaking. Like I hear like in Curb Your Enthusiasm music. I'm like, fucking tuba kicks in.
Yeah. Alternately, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing where they're holding the mace over the fountain, and as soon as it drops out of their hand, freeze frame, black and white. They all work. It's all good. Lots of those moments.
Yeah.
Before
Eric Andre
we
thing.
start, I want to make sure everybody has goals squared away, because I feel like you may have some immediate goals you want to take care of.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So, Berg, your goals right now are unlock the power of the gift Agni gave you, find out why bad things keep happening to you, and reattune the apology. Do you want to change any of those?
no, I guess. I mean, those all sound still pretty good. Reattune.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they
right.
seem fine. I mean, the only other thing would be like, hey, get out alive. And, I could make goals like that, but that's...
Yes, you could.
Berg doesn't really give a shit if he dies.
Ramus, you have find out who the fifth guest is and leave the Seclusion with something magical. You have a third slot that's open right now.
Third one would be save Zerodos's life.
Okay. Okay. Sully, you have I need to see what Utrix's goal is, or what he aims to use his power for. Study the arcane significance of Berg's arm, and then you have a blank.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of fumbled the first one. I'm not sure if that's going to be attainable. If anything, would you say the difficulty of that has gone up, or is it still the same?
It's definitely still possible. I know some things that you don't know yet, but I'll account for that when I reward you for it.
Okay.
If you want to keep it.
Yeah, I'll keep that one. And then to fill the blank, I want to figure out why the fountain cracked.
Okay.
And then to kind of go along with what Ramus has, he's going to save Zardas. I want to figure out who killed Zardas. Or what killed, not who, but what.
Do you want to change out that first one?
No, I'll change out studying the arcane significance of Berg arm, because I'm not going to.
Okay.
Ah, shit, we got to get out of here. Berg, let me see that arm.
Your arm, Berg. Okay.
Stop moving, Berg.
Just stop moving, Berg. I know we're running, but I need to see this for XP.
Find out what killed Zeridas. Awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll change it.
Kalimat, you want to... right now I have you as prove my worth to my companions, learn the location of another of my race, and then a blank one.
I've changed all of them, okay? The first one is find out what the thing was in the oubliette.
Okay.
And the second one follows that. Find the thing from the oubliette.
Okay, track down prisoner. Okay.
And then learn what happened during the time from opening the door to waking up. Well, that's right. Something I forgot. Once I opened the door, I was out and then woke up. Like,
yeah, we're gonna
passed.
start right there. Okay. So at the beginning of today's episode, we start on after the Court of Swords intro, we start on a black screen, and there's the sound of first quiet, you know, probably with like the high end pulled down, so it's just like kind of a rumbling, and then it resolves into the sound of crackling. We hear wood breaking. It's clearly like the sounds of a fire, and like a large fire, kind of like roaring. We can also hear what sounds like a dozen or more voices, high and low pitched, babbling in panic, right? It sounds like people trying to escape like a burning room. There's occasional screams in the sounds, but there's like shouting. And the blackness of the screen slowly fades in as we see first from your perspective, Kalimat, we see blurrily some stairs. You're like stumbling up some stairs. And then we see you put your hand on the wall, and there's smoke everywhere. And you're looking around. You're in a hallway with a grown like wooden floor full of smoke, and you have no idea where you've been since the last time we saw you. And you can hear all these voices, and you have like sweat pouring down your face. The place you're in is burning. What is the first thing you do? What do you do immediately upon kind of regaining consciousness, coming back from being blacked out?
Do I recognize my surroundings at all?
I mean, you're in the Seclusion somewhere. You recognize the architecture.
Okay. And I'm on stairs. Do these stairs look like the ones that were leading down to the prisoners?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Just to kind of get your head around you. Nice, 22. Okay. You definitely can conclusively say you've never been here before. This is a part of the Seclusion you've never been in. And yeah, so as such, you do not recognize it. Sorry, I'm just looking up someone's name. Yeah, so you have no idea where you are except in the Seclusion, somewhere you've never been, and it is on fire. There is smoke everywhere. And I think this is what prevents me from getting advantage on this roll. Just in time, you see a figure through the smoke. At first it looks like quite large and tall, but then as the smoke like resolves a little bit, you can see it's actually just a bit shorter. It's a creature just a bit shorter than human sized, hunched back, long arms that end in talons, mottled gray skin, talon legs that bend backwards like a frog's, and along its back, huge jutting lines of spikes kind of come up out of its spine and shoulders, and then its face looks like a human skull. With the skin drawn tight, and its mouth is full of jagged teeth. And then instead of the rest of its features, there's just a huge, baleful green eye. And as you're able to see this thing, it looks up at you, and I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw when you meet its gaze.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, DC 12 con save.
I fail it.
Okay, all right. So you, we see you maybe like clutch your chest or something. You take 16 damage. Grab at your chest, and you feel like for a second your heart stop. And the flesh on your hand and part of your neck and maybe some of your face like withers a little bit. And you cough blood onto the floor. And when you pull your hand away, the cloth of the front of your outfit just like crumbles under your hand. And this thing is like looking at you across the hallway. You can hear shouting and panic from the south, and then you hear a familiar voice through the jumbled chaos. You hear a familiar voice shout for help. It's Agni. She's somewhere in the building through the smoke, and she is shouting for help. She's like, "Help! Anyone, please!"
Okay. Quick question: can I use Uncanny Dodge on that or not?
Yeah, sure, because it's your reaction, right?
Yeah, it says yes. When attacker, so you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Yes, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
And that represents you. You take 8, and this is you like rolling out of the way, and so we see part of the stairs and part of the wall like rend and rot. And then this creature is getting ready to attack again. So can you roll initiative for me real quick?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. 13.
Okay. All right. So I need you to make that save again.
Okay. There it is. 16.
Okay, good. So so this time you don't take any damage.
Okay.
And the thing sees this, hisses, jumps down off the chair that it was perched on, and then runs backward away from you. And I actually have a map that I can bring you over to. Here you go. Okay.
Okay.
So there you are. The thing is out in thing's out in the smoke, and
Adam, we can see everything if that's not supposed to be there. Okay,
no, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I still had GM tools or whatever.
No, it's totally okay. What are you gonna do, Colin Matt?
Okay. Agni is calling from
down this way. So down the
Okay.
hall, somewhere past the creature.
Okay, can I now? Does this creature look like it's done with me and it's going somewhere else? Like he turned his back and started going away from me.
It's moving away from you to like avoid you, to try to keep you at a distance so that it can keep doing whatever necrotic thing it's been doing to you and you can't get close to him.
Okay.
That seems to be what it's trying to do anyway.
Let's see. I can do the hide action, right?
Yeah, you can try to hide in the smoke. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hide and sneak my way over to Agni.
Okay. All right. Let me just fix this. So it is your turn. Okay, there we go. All right. So make your hide action.
Roll well.
Good.
Okay,
Roll stealth there.
There we go.
Hey.
21.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna move through the smoke, and
Yep.
you can move at. I think you move at half speed when you're stealthed.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you can then make half a move through the smoke.
And then I can use my dash action to do another half. Is that true?
You used your
Oh, to hide. Yep.
You used one action to hide, but that was that
Yep.
could be like your So you can do a full move. You can move 30 feet because you still have two
Okay, cool.
actions if you do nothing else. Yeah.
That's what I will do then.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Whoops. And Agni is over this way.
Yeah, somewhere down there.
Okay.
You can hear her, and it seems like most of the voices, like she's trapped in a room full of like panicked people shouting in a language you don't understand. That's a wall, so you gotta go around that. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that as like.
Yeah.
So if I can want me to kick it in front of me or something.
Sure.
Okay. Bloop.
Okay, so Agni, it sounds like she's like fighting with something. There's like shouting, and she is in the midst of combat with something in this other room. So that's a thing that's happening. The creature, now realizing it can't see you, like goes looking for you. Let's see, how close are you? 25 feet. Okay.
Now hold on. So I get two actions, which was my hide.
Hide was your bonus action, right? Your cunning action.
My cunning
And then
action, right?
And then 2 moves, which gave you 30 feet.
Okay.
15 and then 15. Okay, so it stops. We see it in the smoke. It stops. It's like it walks on its knuckles, and it looks up and like looks around and is trying to find you. Its eye glowing. So it has advantage on perception checks because it's got an enormous eyeball. But you're safe. The smoke obscures you, and even with a 14, it can't seem to see you.
Okay.
So whatever Agni is fighting with, it is going to attack, and it misses. Okay. All right, Kalimat, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. What I want to do, I'm just going to tell you my intention here. I want to get within 30 feet of Agni and do the help action.
Okay. So let me see. You could go there. Let me just see, because you'll have a total of, if you move twice, you'll have 30 as long as you stay hidden. So you can get to there.
Yep. Okay,
which puts you at 45. But you'll at least be able to see around the corner.
Okay. So if I do that takes up all of my actions if I do that 30 while remaining hidden.
No, you'll still have an action because you can move. That's your move action. You can dash with your cunning action, and you still have one action that you can do something with, like attack if you want to, or whatever.
Okay, can I get a clear shot and sneak attack whatever's attacking her?
Yeah, you want to see what it is? So you come up to the edge of this couch as the wide-eyed creature goes scanning for you, and you see that she is whatever she's fighting. She's like waist deep in it, and there is steam pouring off of it as it burns around her, trying to grab and consume her. So you see a creature that looks something like that. It appears to be like a protoplasmic form covered in eyes and mouths, and all of the mouths are like screaming and chanting and singing. And it's trying to grab her, but wherever it touches her, it just like seethes and burns. And she's got her smith's hammer and a shield, and she's swinging into it, shouting and trying to kill the thing. She sees you across the way, and she shouts, "Kalimad, help!" So you still have an action. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna crossbow.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So you have advantage because you're hidden. You're hidden from it, but this will break your stealth. Nice.
22.
You hit the thing. Yep.
Okay. And then, it doesn't automatic roll damage.
You click on where it says hand crossbow on the chat.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay, so you do it 5. So yeah, you fire into it, and the mouth nearest the arrow,
but like plus 3d6 for sneak.
Shrieks in pain. Yep. Go ahead and roll your sneak damage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because in this version, it's just like it. Yeah.
Okay, so 13 total.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So the thing is howling and roaring in anger and pain from all of its many mouths. Agni gets to take a swing at it with her warhammer, and she hits, causing more of it to burn and sear. And then that's when this guy jumps on you. So he comes running up out of the smoke, having seen you fire your crossbow, and leaps onto your back, shrieking and rending at your back with both claws. So claw 1.
Did he see me? Did he hear like the twang
attacking?
of the...
Yeah, attacking breaks stealth. So
okay.
So the first claw deals you 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
What's her current HP? Zeke?
I'm waiting.
Oh,
give me a second.
The second claw misses.
Now, Zeke, now.
Well, for if it's 9, then I'm down to 12 total.
Right, now you can use your reaction to reduce that to half, right? Because you can. It just means you don't have your action.
Right?
Yep. Okay, and then
Danger sense.
let's see. Okay, how far are you? Oh, you're still too far away.
So 17 then. 17 total is what I'm at.
Okay. So the creature, the mouther, is going to attack with a bite. Okay, and it misses. And Kalimat, it's your turn.
Okay. I will. Let's see. There we go. Bonus action. It's your turn. Okay. Okay. I will use a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
From this green-eyed thing. And
okay.
Attempt to get over to where Agni is.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you can move. You're not stealth, so you can move the full 30 feet if you want to.
Okay. So I can move 30 and fire another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I have to cock him. Well, cock him.
You gotta cock him up.
What I meant is I have 2 loaded crossbows.
Cock him up.
Yeah.
The old cockamamie.
The old cock the crossbow.
So the Nothic swipes at you, but you duck out of the way, you disengage, and then you can run. Yeah, you run towards it. Okay.
I can do one more.
Alright. And then you get another shot.
Oops, hold on. I can do one more move. There we go. Okay. And then I'll take another shot. Yep.
Okay. Do it.
Now hold on. What is help action does what now?
Gives advantage to the person.
Okay, so it'd be better if I just attacked rather than just give her advantage.
If you think she's gonna hit harder than you.
Yeah, she's dealing.
But I'm doing sneak attack with plus 3 to 6.
You're not doing sneak. I mean, yeah, you have sneak attack because she's adjacent to it. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll do another crossbow. Here it comes. 23.
Okay, yeah, you hit it.
8. 17.
Okay. All right, cool. Agni sees you come towards her. Oh, also, when you get to where you're at, the babbling of the thing goes from being like mildly confusing and upsetting to like really starting to grate on you. Like you can hear it echoing in your head, and you start feeling yourself getting like kind of dizzy. Also, the ground where you are standing is like doughy and kind of squishy. And so you're suddenly like moving more slowly. So yeah, that's the thing that's happening. Agni is going to take a swing with her heated weapon. And she hits. Not very well, though.
Ouch.
Good call taking the damage yourself. And then this dude comes running up over here. And I need you to make a DC 12 save. Same as before. It is a con save, please.
Okay.
Good luck.
Oh,
fuck.
I beams you. Okay, so you're going to take necrotic damage. Okay, you take 10.
Okay.
You're
still up?
He still counts as I can see him, right?
If you want to use it, it just means that if you get attacked again, you won't get to use it. Like if the mouther attacks you.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the half now.
Okay, take 5. All right. Cool. All right. So now the creature is going to use its blinding spittle. So one of the mouths hawks up a big glob of sludge and spits it at you. I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
Okay. Come on, dude.
Okay.
19?
All right. So you dodge out of the way. The spit flies past you and hits the wall, and it bursts like a flashbang. It just like lights up. But you're not blinded by it. So, Kalimat, 2 things I need from you at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
I need you to make a DC 10 strength save from the ground being all doughy and weird.
Oh no.
So DC 10 strength save.
Okay.
You got it. You're gonna crit it.
To that. Let's go.
See, you're fine.
Okay, you're fine. So you can move like normal. Now I need a DC 10 wisdom save. This is the babble, the incoherent babbling.
Well, he's not very wise, so you're dead.
I'm okay wise. I'm fucking awesome wise.
Okay, so you're able to focus and like just ignore the ranting, ramaging, like the strange noises the thing's making. You can focus. You have total control over your turn. What are you gonna do?
I am going to let's see. Let me see that. Oops. Hold on. I gotta pan this a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'm going to attempt to, let's see. How big is the area that this fucking mouthy thing has that's all like on the floor? So I want to avoid the strength save. Can I get up on the table?
If you use your bonus action to make a perception check, I could tell you.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you're not sure. Because it's all smoky and there's fire and shit in the middle of a fight.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, as far as move goes, I'm a little fuzzy on can I move 10, attack, and then move 20?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 10 into striking distance so I can get put the mouther in between me and Agni. So the back is to me, hopefully. And
yeah, I mean, it doesn't really have a back.
Yeah.
It grows a back.
But I am flanking it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you just need to step 1 square towards it.
Okay, yeah. I'll step 1 square towards it, stab it real quick with a short sword, and then move. Do I need to disengage or not?
Now, here's the thing. You have a crossbow in each hand. So you can, if you want to, drop one of your crossbows to draw a sword. Or you can put your crossbows away, but that's an action.
Okay, no, I'll drop the crossbow.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Drop the crossbow.
So drop one. Draw your sword as you walk towards it. Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And you want to make an attack?
Do the attack. Yep. 11.
It's a hit. Yep.
Okay. Good. Okay. It's not too hard to hit, I guess. All right. 6. 18.
Not bad.
All right, nice. The thing is gushing blood from the various wounds you've inflicted on it. Cut it open, and there's blood coming out. It's not dead yet. It's in its sort of like flailing end, but it's still going.
Okay, and can I? Let's see. Chairs, table.
You've done part of a move. You did an attack action. You still have a bonus action and the rest of your move.
Okay. So I have a bonus action, you said?
Yeah. You can use your bonus action to do any of your cunning action stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I use that to hide again?
Yes. Yeah, you can see. The thing is, you're engaged with this like creature right now. So I'll say you have disadvantage on your like disengage or on your hide if you want to use stealth here, because it's like right in front of you and you're like standing on it, kind of.
Right. Sure.
So it'll be harder for you to hide, but yes, you can. You've still got the rest of your move and your disengage or and your hide if you want to. Okay.
So I will do the hide or the stealth roll now on at disadvantage.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, not bad.
Pretty good. Both are pretty good.
26. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I do 26 worth of stealth, and then I'm going to move to, let's see. I got 5. I got 20 now.
Yeah, you can't go right through the table. You'd have to climb over it, but that's fine. You could just make an athletics check to kind of like vault the table.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Okay, make an athletics check. DC's like 8.
Oh, can I do acrobatics instead?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Just fucking barely. It was DC. Well, DC was 8, so you just like barely make it over the table.
Just got caught in the sticky shit a little bit. God damn it! Almost lost my boot.
Yep. So you make it over there.
Okay. So there we go. And then I'm hiding and I'm waiting for my opportunity to come back out and strike.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna learn this fucking rogue style. If it kills me.
Stick and move. All right. So Agni takes a swing at the creature. She misses, unfortunately. The other dude, since he can't see you, but he does have a target, Agni's gonna have to make a save. So let's see, DC 12 con save.
Oh, she should nail it.
Yeah, no problem. So she doesn't take any damage from the creature by the door, but she does also need to make the gibbering mouther save. Let me see. It's a wisdom save. Okay. All right. So you can see that the ranting of this thing is getting to her, right? Like she puts her hand to her head and like shakes her head and like is looking around. You can see she's confused. So instead of attacking, she should have done something else, but on her next, we'll just do it on her next turn. On her next turn, instead of acting, she takes no bonus action and moves in a random direction. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, so the creature, the gibbering mouther, is going to try to bite her. It misses. Probably good for it because she's like made of fire. Kalimat, it is your turn, and now you need to make a DC 10 wisdom save.
Yeah.
You're still in its gibbering ratio. You're in the bad area.
Okay. Wisdom. There it is.
Yeah. It's only DC 10.
17.
Okay. You're fine.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to do? It's your turn.
Let's see. And I'm still hidden a little bit.
Yeah, you're still hidden. No one can see you.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay behind this table, and I'm gonna knock an arrow or knock a bolt, get it in there, and then fire it.
Sure. Yeah, that's great. You can do that.
Okay. There we go. 13 at the mouther, by the way.
At the mouther, yeah, I figured.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. There we go. 10 and 23 damage.
Yeah. Cool. You do it. And you're no longer hidden. So you fire at it. Your coral pierces its side and just kind of deflates, like melts into the floor, bubbling. Part of it catches fire, and it is dead. Cool. You want to do anything else? I guess you can't really. You still have your bonus action if you want to hide again.
Yeah. Yep. I want to hide again. I'm going to go to right. Can I not? Nope. Okay. Oh wait. Can I hide? I can't hide and move, or can I?
No, because you loaded your crossbows and stuff. You basically just have your bonus action now.
The reason why I'm asking, it seems kind of weird to hide in the exact same spot that I was like, hey.
Well, it's smoky, and the idea is like the thing. They're not everyone is like he's not just staring right at you. There's like other stuff going on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, hiding
right,
requires a little suspension of disbelief.
Sure. No, I get you. Just roll the stealth again. Is it a disadvantage again or not?
No, not at this time.
Okay. 19.
Okay, so you're hidden with a 19. Cool. Agni, as promised, has to skip her turn, go in a random direction. 2, 3, 4. So she goes this way, and just kind of stumbles towards the side of the room, and then clears her head at the end of her turn.
Okay, thank God.
And then this little guy is going to hit her with the melting beam again. So let's see how she does.
Come on, you can do this. Con save's easy.
Yep.
Nice.
Her saves are good. All right, your turn, Kalimat.
Yeah, knock another bolt. Give it a fire.
Okay. So this time, this time you have your full complement of moves. So you, but you don't have a free hand, so you could sheath your sword, I guess, as an action. But yeah. Okay. So you want to fire at the dude? Go for it.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Not so much. Okay.
Not great.
So you pop up to take the shot, you fire, but the smoke's in your eyes and you don't get a clear shot. You fire past them. Do you want to move? Use your bonus action? What's the plan?
Yep. I'm going to. I can hide and move this time.
This time you can, yeah.
Okay. So I'll do the stealth first. 29.
Nice. Okay.
And I get 30.
Yeah.
No, I get 15.
You get 15. Yeah.
Okay. So I will. I'm gonna move through a chair.
Yeah. Okay. Make a acrobatics check.
Okay. And that's where I'm moving to. Acrobatics check 22.
Nice, no problem. Just vault over the chair. Just like flip flopping back and forth over the table.
That's what I want to do. It's like
you look like Chris Farley Ninja right now, because then you go to shoot and you're just shooting the wall.
See, I was gonna
Beverly Hills Ninja. Yeah, that's.
I nailed 3 in a row. And you're gonna focus on that one.
I was going to be more terrible and say you look like a John Woo movie, but that's fine. This is also good.
Well, then it would all be in slow motion, and there'd somehow be doves in here as well.
Yep. Okay. So you stealth, move over the table, and end up over there. What do you want to do? You're good, right?
That was it.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. So Agni regains her senses, and then fucking charges this dude. Hammer held aloft. She dropped her shield, so she's swinging the thing two-handed now. She takes Swing, and she misses. It dodges out of the way, and she hits the door frame, and it smashes into the corner. Okay, it's going to fight back. It does 2 claw attacks on her. 1 and 2. One of them hits, and she takes 8 damage. But the thing that struck her, because this is a great thing about being made out of fire, it takes 5 damage. All right, so it lashes out with a claw and slashes across her arm, and then pulls its hand away, and there's fire like burning on its hand, and it snarls and hisses at her. Kalimat, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to move. Let's see how far I can go. Okay. Oh yeah, I got lots of room. I'm going to move to the corner of it.
Okay.
Sorry, I got to pick the right thing. I'm going to move to right here and then stab it. Just...
Okay, so that's move action, dash from cunning action, and then your attack action. That makes sense. Okay.
Dash.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because you're moving slow because you're hidden, right?
Oh,
so
yes. Okay.
Your 30 is 2 move actions, but that's okay. You have advantage on the attack roll. You did before, but it wasn't worth mentioning because you missed both times. But go ahead. So you have advantage on this roll.
Okay. 13.
Okay. Unfortunately, same thing. 14 didn't hit it before. 13 doesn't this time. So you emerge from the smoke, slash at it with your short sword, but you miss.
Okay.
Agni sees you across from her, grits her teeth, takes a swing with her warhammer, striking the creature for 8 damage, and then it'll attack each of you with 1 claw. So this one's for you first.
Okay.
Here's a claw attack.
Oh no, buddy!
You take 9 damage.
Okay, and half to 5 or half to 4?
Half to 4.
Okay.
Okay. And then it attacks her and misses. It's a little gun shy.
I like how you get crit. The other one's just like, you're fine.
All right, Kalimat, your turn.
Wait a minute. He attacked her first, right?
No, I attacked you.
Yeah, I know. All right. So I still have enemy within 5 feet, so I can still do my 1 sneak attack. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do that real quick with the short sword. Mm-hmm. There we go. 18.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, good. Okay. 7. 18 total.
Okay. Yeah, you stab your short sword into its back, and it snarls, and its weird green blood trickles down your hand onto the floor.
Okay.
So attack action. You still got your cunning action.
So I can attack and help, right?
You can.
It says you can use the help action as a bonus action.
It's a bonus action. Yep. So you can help her.
Okay, good. So I can attack, help, and move, right?
If you move, it'll get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, because I can't disengage.
Yeah, you could disengage and move if you wanted.
Right. Yep. Pick one or the other. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Instead of moving, I'll do the help action, and
okay.
I'll just after I stab it, I'm gonna like swat it in the back of the head, just with the flat of the blade. Right. Look at me, you ugly bastard!
Yeah, so it turns and slashes at you, and you're distracting it, and she hefts her hammer up, takes a swing with advantage on her turn.
Tell me she needed it.
Hits it, and deals 9 and 4, and she kills it.
Oh
yeah!
So while you're dancing around behind it, it turns and she just like goons it in the back of the head with her hammer. You get sprayed with some blood and it tumbles to the ground. Agni looks across the body at you and looks at the fire and she says, "I didn't do any of this." We cut to outside, and
I didn't do any of this.
Outside, we see the fountain, right? We see the quarry. Now the fountain has started to it's black now. It's just this slow motion bubbling like crude oil,
and also cracked,
pouring,
right?
Yeah, pouring over the edge. It's broken now, and it's just spraying this black stuff out onto the ground. all of you are momentarily distracted from your flight by a sudden and very loud explosion. It sounds like a volcano going off or something. And you turn and you see through the debris, right? Chunks of stone are flying around, crashing into the ground. This is all happening like in slow motion. You look up. I need you to roll. Everybody roll Constitution, DC or deck saves, DC 10 deck saves, please. Salihafa, Ramus, and Berg.
Why don't you guys go first? Okay.
17
Ramus is fine. Berg.
Ugh, my deck's not good.
Yeah, mine's not either.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, you're fine.
It's 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's DC 10.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay, all right. So none of you take damage from burning debris, and what we see is a chunk of the wall of the main Seclusium has blown out in a terrible fire, and we hear a snarling sound as two clawed hands, like enormous, like hands like as big as a small car, like reach up out of the wall and pull this creature out as it extends to its full height. And you see a red-skinned giant with a bull-like head, two long curling horns, and it unfolds two enormous wings of flame and shadow as it yanks the last of the platinum spikes from its chest and throws it on the ground.
Are we rolling
What are you
initiative?
gonna do? I mean, it may not even see you right now.
Oh, God.
Is Zeradus's body still lying there, or like you said it was
yeah.
flickering like out of existence?
Yeah. So what you saw was because Zeradus has this thing where he's kind of everywhere all at once, but once he was stabbed, yeah, he's sort of solidified in this place. So he's just lying there, his eyes kind of glassy, dead or dying, blood gushing out onto the cement, and whatever killed him did it and then flickered and vanished.
Okay. I would like to run to his body and see if he's dead or dying.
Okay. All right. Make a medicine check.
Wow, that's 5.
Well,
think the
forget that
explosion
goal.
distracted.
Just go and mark this big line straight through that goal.
Takes the syringe and pokes himself like,
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's the worst. It's the worst you could possibly get. I mean, it's not even that hard. Like you look at him and he's still alive, but there's no saving him. Like he is dead for sure.
Okay.
You see his aorta and his windpipe have been cut. And he's gushing this like blue blood out onto the ground.
Bottle some of his blood.
Gross.
What?
So while Ramus runs over to Zeradus's body, Sully and Berg, what are you doing?
Freaking out.
So Berg, you've got the apology, but it's like coated in. You can't even see it, right? It's covered in this like dripping black kind of protoplasmic sludge that seems to be emanating from it. Like it's gushing this stuff out of it, and it's heavy as hell. It's still super weighty. And yeah, you see this demon burst out of the Seclusium. And he's basically just stretching. He's just kind of like, and like letting his wings free. It's only a matter of time before he spots you.
Well, I guess Berg's logic would be fly into a rage if it comes to attack. You know what I mean? So I guess hold action kind of thing. It's weird to hold a rage. I mean, I guess I can, but
It's like holding a sneeze.
Yeah.
So you can feel the rage.
We're out in the open. There's nowhere to hide, right? It's like fucking.
I mean, you're in the courtyard, so yeah. You could run for it. Running would be the thing that you could do.
For some reason in my head, I've been just whenever you say the Seclusium, like in the courtyard where the fountain is, I picture. I don't know if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z, but like, you know, like Kami's place in the sky, how it's just like fucking tile everywhere, and there's like a. Is this on deaf ears, or do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're
understand.
saying. Yeah, no, we're right there with you. Yeah.
It's an open time chamber.
Yeah, that kind
It's
of
an
shit.
open, a flat and open space with buildings to three sides. One of them is the Seclusium. This thing is maybe, like 100 feet from you because it's up and like it's breaking out.
So
I guess.
Think about what you want to do for a Berg, or for a second, unless you have an answer.
Yeah, okay. I'll think.
Okay, because
It's hard for Berg.
I have an idea, but I have to ask Adam. I know what haste does in combat when we roll for initiative. Out of combat, how do you want to treat it? In the sense,
I mean,
of
it basically makes you twice as fast as you normally would be, so you can do more than you would normally. So here's
what I would want to do. I would want to cast haste on myself. I'd want to chunk one of the vials that we filled with the fountain water over to Ramus and say, feed this to Zarados. And then I would want to, at best, try to back away and also make an arcane check to see if I know what the fuck this giant creature is.
So casting haste is the action.
Right.
And then your next turn, you'd get to do more stuff. Because casting haste in and of itself is not fast. It's a regular spell.
Okay, but I would still have movement, right? So I could still go and do something.
Yeah, you could still move 30 feet. But you can't do anything. You can just move.
Okay. Yeah, I want to haste myself and at least try to run to something and get behind it. Not necessarily make the hide action, but I'm not standing out in the open because I can't make the hide action.
So you cast the spell. You cast haste.
Yeah.
What does it look like externally? What does it look like?
I think I've described it in the past. Right.
Oh yeah, we saw it on Berg.
Yeah, but I forgot exactly what
it was.
Yeah, I forgot how I think basically I just kind of touch my chest and you see almost like a yellow hue or not necessarily an outline, but like a radiance from me. And then kind of if you go into my eyes, you start seeing everything before it happens in a sense. Like I turn my head left and my head turns left and
it's the like the Quicksilver moment, right? Where we see like everything slows down, the chunks of ash and debris falling do so in real slow motion, but you're still moving at normal speed. To everyone else, there's high speed. You can see Sully suddenly start blurring and moving quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Berg, you want to do anything, or should we jump to the next action?
If Berg sees Sally Hoffa running like to like hide, I guess he's gonna try to stay with Sally and stuff, just so Sally doesn't get caught by himself. And
okay, Sally Hoffa, where do you?
Just being out in the what?
Where do you run to hide?
Well, if Ramus ran over to Zarados's body, I'm next to that or somewhere in that close proximity, hidden behind a thing or like kind of hunched behind a thing, trying to stay out of the monster's view to the best of my ability without actually rolling hide.
I have a sort of general map of the courtyard so we can kind of see where everybody's at.
Or we generally try to stay with the group, you know what I mean?
Let me grab your tokens, Sully.
Yeah.
So you see this like you're in the courtyard. You guys go ahead and put yourselves where you want to be, and I will show you where this enormous.
Okay. Where's well, I think me and Berg would be right next to the fountain, kind of like right here when this thing pops up.
Okay.
If this is the start of kind of the round.
Yeah, I mean, there's no combat yet, but I'll show you. I'll use this. We'll use the regular unicorn token.
A little bit.
Okay, so there's Zarados. And then the enormous flame monster in question is kind of like up here.
Okay. Then if taking a quick glance at the fountain, is the black sludge growing outward from the fountain?
It's spilling over the edges of the fountain, yeah.
So
whatever system...
It looks like if I was right here, if I was next to the fountain, by a round or two, I'd be covering it pretty quickly. Like,
yeah, if you crouch behind the fountain, eventually it'll like spill over onto you.
Okay, and this is a crack in the land?
Yeah, it's like a chunk of the floor is kind of broken and shifted.
All right, I'll just run over behind. I move right here behind the Kieran.
Okay. All right. Berg, what are you doing? You just see this like thing, and I think that you look up at it, and it's now in one hand, it holds its hand out. There's a sort of a crash of thunder, and a sword made out of flickering like white lightning appears in one hand, and it cracks its other hand, and a huge burning whip appears. It looks like it starts to grin.
Yep. Berg sits down. No. He's in. I looked at the thing's size too while we were zoomed out, and I was like, "Oh, it's not that big." And then I realized how big the scale of everything is right now. I was
Yes.
like, fuck.
Yeah. His
big.
box is like 15 feet across.
Pretty fucking big.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Berg's gonna join his friends over here, and then hold action if it comes to attack. He's flying into a rage.
Okay. All right. I think, let me take a quick look at this little dude.
I'm not gonna just straight up attack the demon.
I don't think anyone's hiding, so I think he's gonna take an action, and we can all roll initiative real quick.
Yeah, no one could hide really except Berg.
Yeah, I mean there's.
Do your action.
It doesn't
Okay,
help
let's see.
Berg to if a fight's gonna happen eventually. If it's inevitable, why would Berg fights close?
Okay.
Also, I don't have the apology attuned. This is stupid, Adam.
So he looks at you and he sees the three of you around Zeridos's body, and he knows Zeridos, right? And a snarl spreads across his demonic face. And the last reascension of his power, we hear a sudden crackling of flame as a crown of fire appears over his head. He cracks the whip once, and at the edge of the whip crack, it breaks a hole in space in front of you. And for just a moment, as the hole tears open and creatures pour forth, you see beyond a place of unimaginable suffering and torment, lakes of fire, people's souls being cleansed. Just for a moment, you are granted a brief vision of hell, and then the demons come. So, let's see here. What does he summon? I think probably a couple of these dudes. Let me just grab the token. All right. So from the portal that he opens, two
Battletoad.
Two enormous toad-like demons emerge.
Similar to the ones we've seen?
No, these are different. These are you can make an Arcana check to try to recognize them, Arcana or Religion.
Is that going to cost a move?
No. You and Ramus can both make this.
Oh my God, they're toads.
They're exactly the same. The exact same creatures.
They're the exact same creatures, you guys. God damn it.
Yeah.
I have a fucking +7 to Arcana, by the way.
Yes, that's the worst possible.
Don't get pregnant. Just imagine him looking like Gomer Pilot. Golly, what are those things?
Would you like to make a religion check, Ramus, to see if you recognize these creatures?
Sure. Let's see. 12.
Okay. They are without a doubt servants of the Mara. These are demons given flesh. They are walking blasphemies, and they are way too strong for you to fight. So let's roll initiative real quick, and we can see how it goes.
Hey, at least I crit that.
There you go. All right, let me pop open my...
Okay. Thanks for saying they're too powerful for us to fight. Helps.
I mean, Ramus would know right away. These are like just terrifying, horrible creatures. They will shred your shit.
A 5.
And you have advantage, Burke, right? Because you have that.
Oh yeah, the thingy thing. Right.
Yeah, so roll again. Bet you it'll be better than a 5.
Do well.
There you
good.
go.
Make good decisions.
Better.
Okay, so Ramus got a 6.
I gotta remember that. I gotta drill that in my head. Then.
All right.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sully, you were under the effects of haste. Do you want to fire haste into the chat there?
Yeah. So at the end of that, it says additional actions can be use an object action. So I will grab one of the vials that we filled with the water and use it to try to put into Zaradis's mouth and like force feed him a potion, basically.
Okay.
Does that have any effect?
No, I don't think that it does. I think that you pour it into his mouth, but there's blood everywhere. It's hard to tell if he even swallowed it, but it doesn't seem like it did anything for him.
It would be a medicine check to see if he's dead, right?
I mean, he's not moving, and his like you're at the point where you need to take his pulse to see if he was still alive, if that's even how he works.
Right.
It's a really sad scene the way I'm imagining it, but I'm imagining you just like pouring a potion down and like, wake up!
Well, yeah, no, it's pretty much exactly that. Well, I guess as my actual action, I will be where in relation to this map is like our room or our quarters where we were staying. Is it north,
like,
south, east, west?
Off this way.
Okay. Well, that's probably where I will start heading.
Okay. Sure.
I'll at least move down here 30 feet. Shit, where did I... Actually, I could just do this.
Okay, so you gain your additional action, and your speed is doubled. So you have, what, 60 feet?
Oh, that's right. I got 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move because of D&D's silly hex stuff. I will go right here.
Okay.
And then... since I casted haste last round, and these guys need cover, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
And it's...
Fog it up, dude.
It's 120 feet range. Here, let me just hit Fog Cloud. Cast at what level? It's 20 feet there. Probably just gotta fucking like move this. It's a 20 feet radius sphere. If you want to.
No. Fog's the one thing demon spawn are afraid of.
Well, let's move that up. Adam, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm just resizing it.
Okay.
Sorry. I know you don't want to cast it on your buds there.
Smoke they're cool with, but when it's fog, it's like, what? Water vapor.
Okay, so you want it to like that?
Yeah, basically right. I want them right on the edge of it to the best of their ability, even if they can move
like
this
that?
stuff.
Further or?
No, right where it was. Move it one grid down. Right there is perfect.
Like that? Okay.
Ramus is not in it right there, right?
He's at the edge of it, so yeah, he can escape.
Great. Yeah, so with that, like the radiance kind of it goes away from me, and then I.
Hang on. You can't have both Fog Cloud and Haste going at the same time.
That's what I was just saying. Radiance goes away from me. Haste goes away.
Oh, you're getting rid of Haste. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the smoke billows out from my mouth to try and give aid to the group to get the fuck away.
That is a brave choice. Nicely done. Okay. All right. So, Berg, it is your turn.
Berg runs. Double move.
Okay.
80. They're right there.
Cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I believe it was this one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good luck,
you know what
Ramus.
they say. You know what they say. You don't have to outrun the bear. You just got to outrun your friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slow down. Why? So I can go ahead of you.
So Ramus, upon realizing you're the only one who knows what these things are, right? Upon realizing, like, oh no, those are demons, they descend upon you.
I didn't notice.
They're not
Ramus's,
affected by the
initiative.
fog.
I mean, it's what is it? It's like obscured, heavily obscured. So let's see.
Yeah, why?
It'll depend if it makes them blind. Let's see here.
Yeah, the area is heavily obscured. It lasts the duration or until wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
Okay, let me see here. It's like the hardest thing to find in the.
Oh, what the conditions are?
Here. What it actually does. It isn't even a condition. It's like a weird, like other thing. Heavily obscured. Okay.
I didn't realize Ramus hadn't gone yet. For some reason.
Okay, all right. So it's basically they're blind inside of it, so they'll have disadvantage in all their attacks on Ramus.
Hey, I helped a little bit, Ramus. I lost my move for this next round.
They come forward and suddenly they're looming over you, and then claws come on down. So you have an AC of 18.
Yep.
Okay, so each of them gets 2 bites and a claw at disadvantage.
Good luck.
Or 2 claws and a bite, rather. So claw
Advantage.
at disadvantage. Claw. Bite.
Oh, that last one hit.
Bite deals 13.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Claw.
Yeah.
Claw.
Oh.
Ignore the 6,
Ow.
so you're taking another 11. And then the last bite attack at disadvantage.
It didn't even help you. They just missed naturally and hit that.
Yeah, they did. But it was there.
Right,
in
so
case,
suddenly, there's the screeching of talons against your armor. There is the sudden overwhelming stench, the horrible brimstone stench of these things that overwhelms you as they come crashing down on you. So it is your turn, and at the beginning of your turn, you need to make a DC 14 Constitution save twice.
Oh boy.
Okay, failed one.
So you fail on the first one, you fail on the other one, so you become poisoned. You just start retching. And the poisoned condition, let's see here. The poison condition means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
That's not too bad.
You're not. Yeah, it's not too bad. You're not paralyzed or anything. Yeah. What would you like to do, Ramus?
Okay.
Oh God.
Well,
fuck.
I think even if I run away, they're just going to keep catching me because I can't outrun them.
It's true.
My only hope is to revive Zerados and have him save me.
Have him help you?
Cry out for Utrix. What the fuck is Utrix, by the way?
That's a
We
great
don't know.
question.
We don't know.
But
You really want him helping?
Yeah, at this point.
I mean, we're ants. But go ahead, Raymond.
Any port in a storm, I guess.
I think they were attacking me, but I was still distracted by looking at Zardas, and there's tears coming down my face because it brought me back to the frog when it was lying there dying and suffocating in the mud, and I couldn't save it. And the irony was we were practicing casting the spell I'm about to cast, but we weren't allowed to ever cast it because it's such an expensive spell. But I've never actually cast this or used this to save a life before. So I reach into my pouch and pull out a solid diamond, and I hold it to Zardas's head and start casting the words mechanically, but I just feel with my soul just channeling towards the tower just to revive this life. And I cast Revivify on Zardas, and the crystal of the diamond shatters, and you can see the soul go back from the sky into the body and revive him with 1 HP.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yes, you use your power to restore the creature to life with one HP.
I like how our reaction's going to be.
And
oh God, there's a unicorn. Go back.
Take inspiration. And then you still have you have a move action, and if there's anything you do, the bonus action.
And then I say to him, I saved you. Now please save me and my friends. And I can't move or anything because I'll just have to stay here.
Okay, let me roll initiative for Zeridas.
Roll well, Zari.
It's like a crazy moment, it's like drama and stuff, but I saved you, now save us. Motherfucker, I was in heaven!
Yeah, how about no? How about that? How about fuck
I'm gonna
you?
get slapped by some frogs.
Okay, let's see. So it gets a +7 to his initiative.
Jesus Christ.
Good stuff. Not 83, Adam. 8. I got an 8. Okay. All right. So, Sully, it is your turn.
Well,
what are you going to do?
Per the haste spell, when the spell ends, the target can't move or take action until after its next turn. So, I don't do anything, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Berg, what are you going to do?
Man, I don't know. we were running. Now we're not running. I
mean, you can still run. Like Ramus is gonna get chewed up.
Yeah, Ramus is about to get fucked on.
Sully is caught in a temporal loop for a second. Ramus is in between two very angry Hezru. For all you know, you can't really tell at this distance what the deal is with this fucking unicorn man. What would you like to do?
Well, technically speaking, I was in the process of running, so I wouldn't have seen this anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just keep running for it.
I mean, what I'm going to run off the map, like what?
Yes, if you can, like, you can get away, and then we would go to like a chase scene if you can just like totally run off.
Yeah. I think Berg's just going to run because technically he wouldn't have seen this shit.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
He's just
It was
hoping
time to run.
that Ramus is right behind him. Makes the most sense to me, anyways, in terms of what's going down.
Okay.
All right, Berg gets that way. Woo.
All right. So the Hezru presented with functionally their opposite, right? Like this unicorn is a creature of heaven's might, glowing with holy light, and they hate it. So they are going to try and kill the shit out of this thing. So it's got an AC of they're gonna move out of the fog.
I do want to point out,
Ramus, you can make an attack of opportunity on one of them if you want to.
while you're making that, I do want to point out, if you rolled anything but a 1, the unicorn would be going right now.
It's true. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just real shitty. Go ahead, Ramus.
Yeah.
Okay, I can use spells since I have the
Warcaster?
Yep.
Warcaster, so I'll just use a Sacred Flame on him.
Okay.
It's a DC 16.
All right. So dex save. All right, you hit him.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you lash out with the light of the tower, and it snarls at you, and I think just like backhands you out of the way, and leaps up on top of Zerados's back and starts slashing at him. So he has to sustain 6 attacks without getting hit. Now he's got a good armor class because he's got this holy aura that protects him, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So was there anybody have anything to say before I lay into this guy?
No, go ahead.
No? Okay. All right. 6 attacks. So 4 claws, 2 bites.
Do we know the AC that you need to hit?
He's got an armor class of 20 against them.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. 1. All right.
God damn it.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens, Ramus. Zerados looks at you, starts to get up, and then the thing just like tears his head off of his body, just like rip, pulls the thing's head. You get sprayed with his blood, and the Hezru just like looks at you, holding Zerados's severed head, like snarling. And the other Hezru, I think, immediately falls on his body and starts tearing chunks off of it and eating it.
Your chance?
Yeah, that's a pretty good outcome. I mean, he's not saving us.
Yeah. Yeah. He's distracted. What do you want to do? It's your turn.
I'm going to disengage and run away.
Okay, good call. Yeah. Yeah, that's a smart move.
Well, does he need to disengage? Is he in? Because you said he's distracted.
Yes, yeah, because he's still within 5 feet of the guy. Yeah. But yeah, so you start to run. And I think as the two Hezru like feast on Zeradas's body, the mighty Prince of Hell, Adhaka, doesn't give chase, but stands like pulls himself free, and you hear the crack of his whip a couple more times as you all run, as he tears open more portals, continuing to infest the place with devils. So, meanwhile, in a burning building, what's going on, Kalimat? You and Agni are here, and she's just like, I didn't do any of this. What's going on?
We can discuss that later. I think it's time for our egress. Let's go.
Right. Yes, you need to breathe, and fire is bad for you. I understand. Good. Let's get out of here. And
I forgot to. This doesn't scare you at all.
No, she's not. Like, the fire's not a problem for her. As you start to run, I think
before I go though, I'm going to, because it's right in this path area where I dropped my crossbow. I'm going to pick up my other.
Yeah, you want to run and grab it?
Crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you run and pick it up. And as the two of you run outside, she's saying to you, she's like, I didn't know what I was gonna do in there if you went down, because, and she like points at her arms, if I try to pick you up, then you're gonna be as on fire as this building.
No, I saw what you did to those guys. That was a neat trick.
So you run down the stairs, and her every footstep is leaving like scorch marks on the floor. You come out into what looks like it was a library. The wall is just covered in burning books. You can see their covers peeling and crisping. The air is full of tiny pieces of burning paper, but you can see the exit. There is a door ahead of you.
All right.
And yeah, and she points. She's like, "Come on, let's go."
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So you, the two of you, run out of the library and outside. There's a big gust of air as the colder air outside kind of sucks all the fire out, and there's tongues of flame leaping out behind you as you run out into the outside. You're in one of the smaller buildings, a little ways away from the main building, and as you both turn, that's when we catch up the timelines. You see an explosion, right? You both duck a little as the building bursts out, and this demonic creature pulls itself free, and its wings unfold. This is several hundred feet from you. You see it limned against the darkness of the sky. And she looks at you, and her like molten metal eyes go wide, and she says, "Oh, that is very bad."
What is it?
She says, "Not what? Who? That's Endhaka. He's bad news. A prisoner of Utrix, which must mean, oh no, Utrix. Which means, oh no." And when she says that, there's a rumble, and this is as the three of you guys are running down the stairs. There's a rumble, and you hear like probably the loudest noise any of you have heard as Utrix's island starts to crack apart. So we see it from a distance, and it shifts like this, like there's an earthquake, and it starts to break open. We see one of the buildings start to collapse and crumble. Agni looks at you, and she says, "I can get out of here. I'm free to go whenever I want. The thing is, I can only go one place, and if I took you with me, you'd basically just fry instantaneously. I'm not ready to leave you, but where are your friends? What's going on?"
I don't know. Let's find my friends first and see what how they're faring against this. It's too much to explain right now.
She nods and she gestures. She says, "Lead on. Let's go." And
all right, I don't know exactly where I am. I'm confused. Sorry, the smoke must be getting to me. We were somewhere close to the fountain. Can you get us there?
She points and she's like, "The fountain is down there, underneath that big guy. I think we should go that way," which is the opposite of that direction.
But that's where my friends are.
I sincerely hope not, for their sake. I mean, I stand by what I said. It'd be nice if we could find your friends, but I really don't want to spend the rest of my existence trapped in hell. Different kind of fire, not as good.
Listen, I understand. If you must go, you must go. I will not hold a grudge, not that it matters, but these are my friends, and I must go and make sure that they are either okay or dead. Either one, and then I can go.
She She looks at you for a second and roll a persuasion check, because she doesn't really want to let you like run off to get killed.
Okay. There we go.
No.
11.
She says, she looks at you. She's got her hammer hanging on her belt now. She puts her hands up and she says, "Listen, I don't want to have to wrestle you to the ground, because then you're going to just look like a fried chicken. All right? But I will if I have to. I will burn you within an inch of your life if it means saving it. I can't let you go that way."
You must. Are you willing to forcibly keep me here and burn?
Look like she's like, "I'm gonna grab you. I'm gonna do it." She's kind of like, "Huh?" Because it looks like you're gonna run off towards Demon Town. I might get you.
Wait. There's a quest that you gave us.
She nods.
And the answer, the outcome of that quest is that way.
Do you have her token, or does Ramus? Ramus does, right?
Ramus, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
She, yeah, she's like, "Well, hold on. I have an idea. I gotta close my eyes for this. Make sure I don't get, I don't know, jumped on by a monster. All right."
I'll stand guard.
So she closes her eyes, and she's like rubbing her hands together, and there's like crackling of sparks. It's like stirring a campfire, and she's like, snaps her eyes open that way, and she points not directly at the fountain, but like a little ways away. And she yeah, right. Berg has it. Either one of you has it. Kalimat doesn't.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're that way. I can feel it. Come on. And she like moves and starts running that way.
Yep.
Okay.
I follow.
So we get some like shaky cam footage of the three of you running down the stairs and out into the sort of valley of the Seclusion. And as you do, you see what at first looks like a distant torch or something, and then it's getting brighter slowly, and then you realize that it's Agni, and she is running towards you, Kalimat in tow, kind of coming at you sideways. The two of them are gonna intercept you as you run away from the Seclusion.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so you see your friends, and you all kind of like come back together.
I'm hunched
what
over,
happened?
just taking deep breaths. Even if
What happened here?
I go to speak, but I'm still completely out of breath and hunch back over. And I'm pointing up towards the fountain as I'm doing it.
So
Agni
Ramus
nods.
isn't with us?
Yes, I saw enormous demon, which means there's going to be more demons very soon, if there aren't already. This place is going to get overrun quick.
Agni, where is the
Ramus here?
experiment?
Yes.
Oh, Ramus is here. Okay.
Where's the experiment?
What?
The one he's been working on. His most prized thing. We need it or we're dead.
We need to go now.
I don't. Utrix is the only one who can access the chamber. What?
His power is probably draining. We might be able to get in.
She nods. I mean, you might be right. Make a persuasion check, Ramus.
Okay, I'll use inspiration.
Okay.
I will encourage this to happen. Can I?
So 15.
Okay. All right. A 15. So yeah, she nods and she's like, okay, obviously something is wrong because that thing is free and it's bad. But if Utrix's magic is, and there's another earthquake and everything like shakes and you all kind of like tip a little bit. She's like, but this place is going to start falling apart if things are as bad as I think, which means Utrix might be dead, which means the experiment might be the only way for any of us to, okay, yeah. So here's the thing. We need to find out if Utrix is still alive, because if he's still alive, none of this is going to work. Okay. That's step one. Only I don't know where he is.
I'll stand up for my deep breaths. I want to cast Detect Magic and just look for the biggest source. And thinking that would be Utrix.
Bird just yells out like,
I'm going to actually, I will do even better. I'm going to cast a level 4 spell called Locate Creature.
That works too.
And locate Utrix if he's here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is good because we're like we're nearing a break, so I can fucking set this shit up. This is good. All right. So locate creature. You sense the direction of a creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you. If it's moving, you know the direction of its movement. It is not. You are locating Utrix specifically. So you reach out with your senses, and you can feel Utrix. Utrix is in a place where none of you have been. You can't see him, but you feel the pull, and he's somewhere below, like in those those caverns and catacombs you were in before where you found Agni. He's somewhere down there, and you can find him. You got a compass pointing to him. You can feel the pull. We get to see him, like the audience, though. So we see you cast the spell, reach out for him, and Utrix is in his, like, the sanctum, the deepest sanctum of the Seclusion. We see him sitting in his throne, essentially, surrounded by experiments, strange plants. There are treasures, like, laying about. This is where he goes to just, like, hang out and be alone. But he's lying in the throne, and we can see that his chest has been broken open. So you can see his ribs splayed out like the fingers of a hand. And from his chest crawls a swarm of tiny golden beetles. And they're just, like, pouring out of him and, like, pouring down his legs and, like, up over his face. And we see the camera is slowly zooming in on his face. And we see one of them crawl up onto his open eye, flick its little antennae, and then we snap to break.
All right.
There you go.
Will Utrix become a bug person or not? Find out after the break.
All right. We're going to take a break. We still got 2 hours left to go of the show. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. So let's get out here as fast as possible and get right back to it right after the break. We'll see you on the other side.